is going on, guys? This is Leo back here for yet another video. And we're back in the obvious and more commonplace than out and about. So we're going to do some studio work today, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So I've mentioned it before in a couple of videos. You've briefly seen it in another video, and I said I was going to shoot with it in another video, and it never really worked out. But I'm going to talk about it today, and that is the Fuji X100S. And is it worth picking this up in 2020? So let's jump straight into the camera. With the recent release of the X100V, a lot of people are now trading in the X100Fs, or people are moving from the X100S, X100T to potentially get the new X100V. But I'm gonna be here to tell you that I'm not gonna be one of those people, because I do believe that the X100S is still very much a capable camera today. And let me tell you why. Reason number one is that the price of this camera is super cheap. Now that the X100V has come out, the prices of these cameras have dropped considerably. And when I bought this camera, I already got it for a bargain, but now it's worth even less. You can pick one of these up secondhand in really good condition for about 250 to 300 pounds. And that, for this particular camera, is a bargain. And this is the kind of camera that I travel with, take everywhere with me, and it's something that I can just slip in my pocket because it's so compact. This is not the actual size of the camera, so that's the actual size of the X100S. It's super compact, super sleek, looks super good, and it's a camera that I love to use. It has an amazing image quality. It reproduces and renders images just like the X Pro 1 does, if not even better. And also has a silent leaf shutter. You actually listen to this. That's it. That's the sound. So when you do the type of photography like I do, which is street photography, something like this can be a huge asset to your work because of how silent it is, how small and compact it is. And let's be real, no one's gonna really take you seriously when you whip out one of these and start taking pictures like this. They're probably thinking, hey, look, he's got one of those little toys, or one of those old-fashioned cameras that don't really work anymore. But that is why I love this camera, and that is part of the reason why I still shoot with this camera, and a main part of the reason why I don't upgrade this camera. When I was first in the market to buy a Fuji camera, I saw the likes of Samuel Lintaro and Joe Allen advertising their X100F, and when I first saw that camera, I was like, yes, for photography, that is the one I want to buy. I want to buy that. And then I saw the price of it, and I was like, maybe not that one, maybe not that particular one, but let's see if there's something else like it. And little did I know that there were actually 3 versions before the X100F. I think I've praised this camera quite a lot. I could be completely biased because I own this camera and it was the first Fuji camera I ever bought. But there are shortcomings to this camera, so don't worry. I'm not gonna be like, forget every Fuji camera in the world and get this one, because that just won't be honest. Shortcoming number one is that there's no weather sealing on this camera. Don't get me wrong, I have shot outside in the rain with this camera purely because of the price I paid, but it is something that I wish Fuji implemented earlier in the series. They only recently implemented weather sealing in the X100V. That's one of the main reasons why I didn't pick up an X100F, because I'm like, I'm not gonna spend 1,200 pounds and a camera not have weather sealing. No. Con number 2 with this camera is that the battery is significantly tiny, and one of the main reasons why I couldn't film a video from before was because the battery was dead and I couldn't shoot with it. That's a big con to this, because if this is the only shoot you have to carry like 4 or 5 batteries with you to make sure you get through a whole day shooting raw. It's a bit of an inconvenience, but you kind of just make do with what it is. Batteries are not expensive nowadays. You can get off-brand batteries for like 2 for 20 with a charger, so that kind of helps out. But with the X100F, they upgraded the battery considerably. Same one they use in the X Pro 1 and the XT2. So that is a big plus for the X100F that it has over this version of the camera. Con number 3, and I'm pretty sure this is the same issue that the X100F has, as well as the T and the original, is that when you shoot wide open at f2, it's a super soft image. It's not sharp at all. It's pretty much unusable unless you're shooting at nighttime in a particular scenario. I think that's the best way I can say it. But shooting at f2 makes the images super soft, and it doesn't really work as well as you really want it to. f2.8 though, super sharp, amazing. That's kind of like the best results you're gonna get out of this camera is f2.8 when it comes to wide open shots. And it is a really nice lens and it does produce beautiful images. Con number 4, and I might as well just say it because not everyone has my preferences when it comes to shooting. The autofocus, the zone focus, and all the autofocus features in this camera are pretty slow. Like I say, I use single point because I believe that is the fastest. It's just whatever it looks at, focus. But when you try to use different types of other focus modes, continuous focus, it doesn't work as well, and it does hunt a lot, especially when the light goes down. It's pretty much unusable. Yeah, not the best. And con number 5, and I think that is going to be across the whole board of the X100 series, and that is the focusing system. I'm not quite sure on the X100V, but I'm pretty confident that is focus by wire. And I can't stand it, and I've said it before in my X Pro 1 video with the f2 lenses. Focus by wire is the worst focusing system you could ever buy and ever create. I know compromises have to be made when your lens is this big and it shoots at f2, but still, focus by wire sucks so bad, and I'm not a fan of it whatsoever. But hey, at least it has a manual focusing system, so can't really complain. I can't really think of any more cons about this camera, so if you guys think of anything extra, pop it in the comments below and remind me and let everyone else know before they pick up this camera. Before I go on and conclude this video, I will give a couple of pros about this camera that I love so much, and one of them being is the optical viewfinder. I find it is a upgrade to the X Pro 1 version. It has better lines, it has better information on the optical viewfinder, and that is always a bonus when I'm shooting with street photography. Number 2 is the size. I love the size of this camera. I think it's the perfect size for street photography. I think you can't really complain. It's kind of like a perfect in between of being small but not too small. It has enough weight and it has enough size to kind of like still make it a serious shooter. Not that size matters, that's not right. Another great thing I love about this range of camera is that it has built-in ND filters, so you don't actually have to have screw-on ND filters. You can use a built-in ND filter and stop it down so you can shoot wide open and get that nice bokeh, blurry background, whatever you want to call it. Another pro about this camera is that the simulations and the JPEGs that come out of this camera are really good, really top quality, and you can't go wrong, especially if you just want to take a picture, have the finished article, and just post it straight on social media. You really can't go wrong with this, and I think that's going to lure loads of beginner photographers out there that don't really want to shoot raw or don't have the necessary editing programs to shoot raw. Because remember, when you shoot raw, you also need to have the programs and the software to edit the raw. You can't just shoot raw and just go on your phone and just find something to edit with. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there isn't. If there is, let me know down below, because that would be handy for everyone on this community. And last but not least, and I think it's the most obvious and reason why I shoot with this camera, is the image quality. The image quality out of this camera is amazing. I believe it's 16 megapixel sensor on this one, and low light, shadows, colors, everything that come out of this camera is fantastic. It is definitely top notch and it stands up there to this day, and yeah, absolutely amazing. Highly recommend this camera for the image quality. So concluding up the video, will I recommend this camera in 2020 over the X100T, X100F and the X100V? My answer is 100% yes, and it's going to be a trend of cameras that I've bought, but I feel that it's important that I give you a full review of cameras I paid with my own money and I've used extensively over the last year and a half, 2 years. But yes, this camera is definitely worth picking up in 2020, especially if you're on a budget or you just want to jump into the system, because unlike the X Pro 1, this one's a lot more compact. It has a fixed lens, so if you enjoy shooting the 35 full frame equivalent lens, this is perfect. This is pretty much all you need, especially if you want to shoot something like street. This is a perfect setup for anyone who wants to just jump straight into it and have fun using digital. But that is my quick review on the X100S. Around you've probably seen some sample images, and I hope you guys enjoyed those. I will be shooting with this a lot more, and I will be making a dedicated walk around POV shooting in London video based around this camera. So guys, that is all I got for you today. Appreciate every one of you for watching my videos. We've recently broke over 500 subscribers, and that is an amazing accomplishment, and that is something that I've been trying to hit for the past year. So just a quick reminder from a few videos back, when we do hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a camera. You guys already seen it in one of my other videos. It is the Fed 4 Russian rangefinder camera. It's an amazing, immaculate condition, and it's a great camera, especially someone who's looking to get into the rangefinder type of photography with film. So let's smash out the subscribers. Let's get to 1,000 by, let's say, May, June kind of time, and let's give this stuff away and give back to the community who have given so much to me so far on this YouTube journey, and I really appreciate it. And again, the community that we are building here is absolutely amazing. I love reading the comments below. I love commenting and talking to you guys, and I love the fact that you guys talk to each other and give advice to each other. That's amazing, and let's keep this going and keep this up. So again, that's all I got for you today. If you think you know someone that could benefit from watching this video, please consider sharing it to them. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and also the bell notification, because apparently it is the coolest thing to do, as you guys already know, because I say it every single week. And that's all I got for you. But remember, keep creating, keep doing what you love, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.